Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Learn English with Football live show. Today we've got Noop, Leontes, and Budgie.
Right.
Budgie, yeah, I forgot to ask you to just name yourself Clive.
My apologies. Sorry.
That's all right. I'll let you off this time because it's my fault. I normally say to every single guest. So at least I don't have to put on the banner to tell everybody about your channel, which is now next to your name. So Budgie is your nickname, right, Clive?
Yes, it's a nickname, yeah.
Okay, so obviously
my first name is actually Clive, so I will answer to either.
All right, so Clive, a West Ham fan, aka Budgie from Greenstreet Elite YouTube channel. Yeah, so I assume that channel is about West Ham, Budgie.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's 99% West Ham, and the other 1% we just general football chat. But yeah, mainly West Ham.
Lovely. So obviously, Leontes. Hi, Leontes.
Hello.
How are you doing, man?
I'm good. Very busy day, but I'm here. Happy to talk about Man United. Other side, Man United.
Well, thank you for making it. And as always, this is your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Mr. Henriquez, a YouTube channel about learning English. Specifically, it's a lot about writing.
Yeah.
Because you are an English teacher, but you work at a university. You help students with academic English.
Yeah. And I teach people who want to be English teachers.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Do any of you two want to be English teachers, Noop and Budgie?
I would like to try, actually. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind at all. I wouldn't mind.
Can you imagine that combo? A doctor, Dr. Noop. Noop will be a doctor and an English teacher. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it pays as much as being a doctor, though.
To be honest, I think I both of these jobs are a little bit undervalued, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
That's true. They are very, very undervalued.
Yeah. Okay.
And either could cause death. I'm sorry. That's really poor taste.
That's good. We like this humor. It's actually good taste. I agree. And yeah, you can also go mentally insane as an English teacher. I'm sure Leontes knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting that you are insane, but I mean, if you are insane, it's because of Manchester United, not because
I
of
mean, being a Man United fan after everything we've seen.
Exactly. And last but not least, we have Noop here as well. Hi, Noop. How are you doing, man?
Just busy day. I actually came home around 15 minutes ago. I really thought I wouldn't make it to the show, but then, felt like it. Yeah.
Well, we had one spot, so here you are. Fantastic to have you here. As Clive said before the show, you are a legend of this show. So,
indeed,
we can't say no to you. Just to remind everybody, Noop is an Arsenal fan. Leontes is a Manchester United fan. Clive is a West Ham fan, and I am Arsenal/West Ham fan. It sounds weird, I know. That's who I am. All right.
The Arsenal bit will go soon. Don't worry.
I'm also an English teacher, and this is my channel, everyone. Yeah, my name is Denek. Nice to meet you all. So, guys, plenty to talk about, and as always, we are going to start with the matches we have seen. So, Noop, let's start with you.
Yeah, I watched Arsenal versus Leicester City yesterday's game. Yep, that's all pretty much. Although I did watch highlights of West Ham versus Aston Villa and Man United versus Tottenham. But yeah,
clever of you, because those are the games we're going to talk about the most.
Yeah.
So well done.
Did my homework.
Hi everyone. Hi Julia. Hi Happy Hammerhead. Good to have you here. Leontes, what about you? We can't hear anything right now. I think you're muted. Something happened.
Yeah. I had such a busy weekend in the kitchen, all weekend in the kitchen. I haven't even seen the Man United match. It was Zenek who sent me that I was having dinner with friends, and I got all these messages, and I told my girlfriend, why every time when I'm not watching, they're winning, and every time I watch, they lose. So,
Yeah.
but I saw the highlights. I've seen the highlights. I've enjoyed Ronaldo's first goal over and over and over again.
Oh, it's
So
beautiful.
yeah, and
I
I've
just
seen,
want
of
to.
course,
Mhm.
Tottenham's amazing goal, amazing 2-2 equalizer by the best Tottenham player on the field. Of course, I've seen that.
You mean Maguire, of
Harry
course.
Maguire, yeah.
Wouldn't be
He was
wouldn't be
also the best Manchester City player on the field as well.
yeah,
Very
fantastic.
nice.
I just want to ask you guys. So, if you happen to watch a football match that is not where your team is not involved, do you also like to sort of wind up or send messages to your mates who support that team? Do you do that?
Definitely, yeah.
Yes,
No.
yes. My
I do.
brother is a staunch Chelsea fan.
Hmm.
So those of you that might not know what staunch means, it means it's
I was about to.
completely and utterly Chelsea only. He won't
Yeah.
he won't even discuss another team. And he hasn't spoken to me in nearly 2 weeks because of the off-field events that are going on. Obviously, I've been winding him up, more and more and more. And then yesterday, we went over to the local pub to go and watch the games together. The Chelsea game and the West Ham game were both kicking off at the same time, theoretically. But the West Ham game wasn't on standard British TV,
No.
which was really frustrating for me. So I had to wear my earpods. Well,
Yeah.
they're not earpods, actually. They're earphones with a wire, which was plugged into my phone, which was on the table, and I'm watching the game. And people were looking at me a little strange because obviously, I'm cheering on the team, and
Yeah.
that should have been over wide, and all that kind of stuff going on.
Nice one. Okay, so your brother is a staunch Chelsea fan. So, as you said, very nice word. Staunch is an adjective, and it describes a very, let's say, passionate, loyal fan. A loyal fan.
But when the first goal, my phone rang. Sorry, my apologies.
That's all right. Yep.
Yeah, and my phone followed me around the pub because obviously it was tethered to my earphones. And I do my general lap of honour around the pub when we score, So
Nice. A lap of
quite
honor. I like
exciting.
that. A lap of honor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, like I said, when I was watching the Manchester United game, obviously the person that came to mind was Leontes. So I sent him almost every single goal because what I did was I recorded it on my phone. Like as I was watching the game on my laptop, I just recorded it on my phone, like every single goal, including the Maguire, I think.
And I was in a restaurant under the table watching the video and going like, "No, why did I miss
Great
this?"
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you did well in the end.
Yeah.
Your biggest legend, CR.
Yeah.
What's CR8, right?
Seven.
CR7. Sorry, CR7.
Yeah.
He became
scored a hat trick.
world club top scorer of all time with 809 or 806 goals. So
807, I believe it is. And it's
807.
59 hat tricks in his career.
And he surpassed the guy.
59 hat tricks.
The guy in the second place is a Czech guy, actually, Pepe Bican. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So like
Wow.
years ago.
Great player in his day.
Decades
Great
ago.
player. Yeah, great player in his day. You got to remember, I'll probably remember most of the players that you will be able to mention. I'm old enough.
Anyway, so what about you, Noop?
Regarding the Arsenal game?
Yeah, do you sometimes like send messages to your mates?
Always. I have lots of mates who support teams from Bundesliga, from from the League One, for example, Nantes, and then I have
PSG League. You wanted to say, yeah?
Yeah, kind of. And I have lots of Italian friends who support Napoli and Milan, so I do send them messages about how their teams bottle up often.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bottle up. You bottle up means you mess up, you fail. Yeah, to bottle up.
Has
It's a
anyone seen the
slang
Champions
word.
League match between Real Madrid and PSG?
I watched
did
the
watch
highlights.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
highlights. Oh, it's good
I
stuff.
didn't
That was good
actually.
stuff.
I can't watch
indeed.
Champions League this year.
I was very happy because, just imagine we win tomorrow. Imagine. And then at least we're not facing PSG. So that's a good thing. There's no Barcelona. So there's even a small chance that we might win the Champions League. We might win the Champions League.
Keep on dreaming,
Very small.
Leontes. Yeah.
Very
Come
small,
on, I
but
mean,
it's
Tottenham got into the final, so why not?
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Tottenham got
Yeah. All right. Let's not talk
yeah.
about it.
Anything is possible. You're right. No.
Anything is possible.
Leicester won
Yeah.
the league, so come on. Anything can happen.
Yeah, that was a nice season though.
Indeed.
Guys, who didn't I ask what matches you have seen? Did I ask everyone?
Everybody, yeah.
I did. Oh, I didn't ask you, Budgie. Have I? Did I ask
Well,
you?
kind of. Yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah. I did. I actually said that I was watching the West Ham game on my phone, but at the time also on every screen in the pub, and there's I think 9 screens in the pub. It was the Chelsea game, so I was keeping my eye on that also.
Right. So you were
yeah.
multitasking.
Yeah, well, kind of. I mean, I can't really claim to be multitasking because any woman that might be watching now will say, no, that's an impossibility. Men can't multitask.
Yeah. And we have 2 women watching this right now, so be careful what you
Nice.
say.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly
All
that.
right.
Especially with one of them, I have to be very careful.
I'm sure it's the same with the other one too.
Possibly.
All right. So matches I have seen: Manchester United, Tottenham, West Ham United, Aston Villa, Arsenal, Leicester, but also Brighton, Liverpool. That's another game I saw.
Okay.
There she goes. I think she realized you were talking about her.
Of course. And I have to say thank you for joining the Samaret because she actually does. She does actually support everything I do. So very, very good friend. Very good.
Fantastic. Always happy to have you here. Happy Hammerette. So let's talk about our heroes of the week. Okay, Budgie, who's your hero of the week?
I knew you were going to come to me first.
Why?
For some reason. Well, because of the emotion that's attached to the game yesterday. And obviously my hero of the week is going to be Andre Yarmolenko. Fully deserved the goal that he got because of the position he put himself in, the whole emotion within the team that they all want him to achieve because of what's happening in his home country. And let's not dwell on that, but let's also not make light of it. It's a very terrible thing, terrible time that we're going through. But Andre Yarmolenko has made himself available for selection amid all of the emotions that he must be going through. He has come under a lot of criticism and scrutiny within the West Ham circle because he's been, deemed to have been lazy and unwilling to participate. I'm generalising, that's my generalisation of what appears to have been said about him in recent months. Since all this has happened, the entire West Ham community have got behind the man and the country, like I'm sure many millions of other people have too. But when he came on the pitch, he came onto a standing ovation from everybody wearing claret and blue, including the Aston Villa fans, and fair play to them for that. Well done to them. They were brilliant. They were absolutely brilliant the whole day. I wasn't at the stadium, but you know, from the reports that I've seen and heard, the Aston Villa fans were totally respectful and totally honourable. So fair play to them for that. But yeah, Andrei Yarmolenko, my hero of the week. Sorry, I've been rattling.
Because he scored the first goal, the opening goal of the game of the
He
West Ham
did,
United
and
Aston
it was
Villa.
a beautifully
Yeah.
taken goal.
And the celebration, that was just.
Oh, it was just full of emotion.
I will tell you one
it
thing,
was
Clive.
beautiful.
Yeah, it actually made me cry a little bit. I have to be honest with you, because
I have a tear in my eye now, so please don't apologize.
because
for it.
obviously I condemn the war in Ukraine, and I do all I can to talk about this as much as I can. I know you said let's not dwell on it, which is, by the way, a phrase I want to explain because it's very nice. It means like, let's not talk about it too much. Let's not go into it. Yeah, let's not spend much time on it. I disagree.
Or drag up too many emotions.
It's important. I feel like we need to talk about it as much
fine.
as we possibly can, but not necessarily today. But I mean, generally speaking, people should talk
Yep.
about it.
Agreed.
Because
Agreed.
it's terrible. But that's what let's not dwell on it means. Yeah, let's not go into it too much, or let's not.
I would
spend
like
too
to
much
just say
time
though that
talking
every
about it.
opinion is valid on it as well. Every single opinion.
Yeah, as long as it's an opinion that doesn't suppress human rights. This is
course.
my problem, you see, because there are opinions that I will never respect. That's the problem, yeah.
I understand. Yeah, I'm
Because-
kind of.
Yeah.
I actually meant any positive opinion.
Yeah, that's the problem, because that's the problem, yeah. So there's democracy. Democracy is like freedom of speech. You can say anything you want. That's how I understand democracy. As long as it doesn't suppress human rights, or as long as it doesn't go against the principles of peace and things
Humanity.
like that. Like, you see what I mean? You see where I'm going with this?
Yes,
I know it's I know it's super complicated. By the way, I'm never saying it's like easy. That's why we shouldn't dwell on it, probably, because we're not gonna solve it, I think. But it was a beautiful moment, as Happy Hammerhead says, and it made me cry. And I was really happy for him. I was really happy for the player. Yeah, was it his first goal of the season too?
And of course, Happy Hammerhead was in the stadium. So, you know, she was there with her daughter and her father, and they all witnessed it together. And what a beautiful moment. Beautiful moment.
Was this his first goal of the season?
I believe it. I believe it's his first league goal of the season.
Okay. Might have scored in the
I'm not sure about cup goals, to be honest. As I said, there's been a lot of negativity around Andrei Yamalenko, and
I remember that. Yeah. Well, because let's be honest, he hadn't been playing really well, but this is just such distraction, like negative distraction. Ironically, it might actually help him, because now, like, look how much support he gets now, and who knows, he might now become really, really important for West Ham. We're gonna get to the reasons why in a second. Yeah. We're gonna talk about the injuries too, because I want to get others involved too. So, Leontes, who is your hero of the week?
Well, it's a bit obvious if I were to say Cristiano Ronaldo. He did score 3 excellent goals, hat-trick, so that's all excellent. But I was thinking of someone else, and I was thinking of Fred, actually. Because in a week where we didn't have Bruno Fernandes, Pogba was playing kind of the attacking midfield, which he did okay-ish from the highlights that I've seen. I think Fred has really developed into a valuable player.
Yep.
I remember the times where under Solskjaer, where everybody was hating on Fred. But I think under Rangnick, Fred has really developed into a valuable player. And I think Rangnick knows this, because he substitutes people, puts Fred in, and the game starts playing. Right? The team starts playing. They know where to go. They know what to do. And I think Fred is my hero of this week. Of course, Ronaldo, excellent stuff,
Yeah.
great stuff.
Can I just say something? Do you
Yeah.
remember what Manchester United fans were saying in summer or after the first few games? They were scapegoating Fred. He was the worst.
Yeah.
He was the worst. Now
But
look where
I
he's
didn't
now.
think he was the worst back then either. I think there were worse players, but
Did you?
he was still okay. I think they were all playing quite okay-ish. But I really think Fred has distinguished himself, and I think he's going to be very important, especially if Pogba decides to leave. I don't know what's going on there. I'll check it in a second. But if Pogba decides to leave, I think Fred is going to be very vital in his midfield position.
Yeah. I just want to say that if you don't give it to Cristiano Ronaldo this week, when are you going to give it to him? Like,
well, I think as I've said before, he is an excellent player, and I like his lifestyle. In the sense of he cares about his health, he cares about his family. I think it's obvious that he's a very good person.
Yeah.
But is he very important for the team all the time? No, not really. I mean, he saves us, that's for sure. But he's not kind of like the person doing the positioning and like Bruno Fernandes can. So he is an excellent finisher, but he's not the he doesn't make the game, basically.
He made the headlines, that's for sure.
But he made the headlines, yeah.
Yeah. You said that Fred is vital, or is going to become vital, which means important, very important.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice one. Noop, who is your hero of the week? I expect someone from Arsenal, as always.
Yeah,
Martin Odegaard?
It has to be. No, this time it has to be Thomas Partey.
Okay.
I have to. Like last week, I wanted to say his name, but this time, I really want to bring him out because of the impact that he brought to the team yesterday. I mean, great goal.
Yeah.
Also, he gave us the penalty, and he was
one of his
bossing on the
better
field.
games, right? One of his better games. He hasn't been very consistent since he joined Arsenal.
Indeed, and he has been really consistent, and on that too on a high level. And you can see as he has been our player of the month last player of the month
now he's
for
more
the February
than before. Yeah, okay. Right.
So,
fantastic, Thomas Partey. Why not? I like the goal he scored from the corner kick.
Very well taken.
Yeah, I agree. Well, my hero of the week, Yarmolenko. If there is a football player that makes me cry, to be honest, last time it happened, it was Christian Eriksen. When that terrible thing happened to him, that was also very emotional.
Yeah.
I was happy he was alive after that. And now he's playing for Brentford. But this week it has to be Andrei Yarmolenko for everything that it's just the whole thing it kind of symbolizes. It's more than just football for me.
Yes.
And
the significance is huge.
Yeah, it is. Okay, fantastic. Let's talk about villains of the week. You guys can let us know in the chat, by the way. Whoever is watching this, tell us who your heroes and villains of the week are. We might even put it on screen. Why not? So, who do we start with? Leontes, you go first.
Well, this might come as a surprise, but I think my villain of the week is Harry Maguire.
What?
You guys did
Who
not
would have guessed
that.
Who would have guessed?
No,
How many times has it happened on this show before?
Last week he was the villain of the week as well for me. So
yeah. But this time it's definitely legitimate because who does that? Like, who does? I mean, you can make mistakes, like he does every other week. But who does this?
Do you know what?
This is the worst own goal in the history of own goals.
Do you know what makes it so funny? It would have been an offside.
Yeah, I know, that's even worse. That's even worse. Oh God.
Oh
man.
God. There's a song for that.
imagine I imagine being inside Ronaldo's head, right? Who had just scored the 2-1 goal, and then you see this, and then you're like, where the hell did I end up? I would have ripped my contract right there on the pitch and said goodbye.
Fantastic. I love it. All right. Yeah, there's no surprises for anyone that Leontes chose Harry Maguire. Nope.
I would go for Frank Lampard.
Good choice.
And
For
because of the form.
losing again.
Yeah, I mean, 4 or 5 games in a row. He hasn't been doing that great actually for Everton.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
who did they lose against this time?
I think they lost
Yeah.
against
Can you remind me?
who was it? Wolves. Yeah, I think it was Wolves.
Yeah, 1-0 at
If
home.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that too. They had. I think was it Godfrey? No, it was Johnson. Someone from the Everton team. He got a red card.
Kenny.
Kenny, yeah, John Joe Kenny.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, I don't think Lampard has been doing well with the defensive side, and Everton needs a good defense.
And they had 38% of possession only 38.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Wolves are a good team though.
Well,
Doesn't-
they fought back. I think I remember you saying that last week that Wolves they won't be getting back because of their losing streak. But I think
Well,
they're definitely a dangerous team.
yeah, but Everton, they're not
Everton,
good at
yeah.
all now. Budgie, Clive.
Okay. You'll forgive me for forgetting the man's name, but as soon as I mention who he is, you'll probably remind me. The Brighton goalkeeper. Did you see the incident with him, with the
Let me find it.
challenge?
I don't remember his name, but
I can't either. It's
It's
completely
Sanchez.
escaping.
yeah, Robert Sanchez. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the challenge he made on the edge of the box when he came out for a high ball? The challenge
Oh
was
yeah, on
awful.
Diaz. Yeah, I remember that.
on Diaz.
Yeah.
On Diaz.
Yeah.
He came out, arms were obviously up because he's trying to catch the ball, but his right leg was at a right angle to his body.
Yeah.
And as he's clattered Diaz, I mean, his leg, I think it was his knee, got him under the chin. I mean, it could have been quite easily a very serious incident.
That's
and, you know, I get that goalkeepers have got the right to jump and use their hands, but if they're jumping, their legs should be in a reasonable position.
Yeah.
I think he was excessive with his leg movement. He deserved the card that he got. I thought he deserved a red, I have to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
And I thought that the penalty was appropriately given.
No. Hang on. They gave the goal. It was a goal.
Oh, it was a goal. My apologies.
That's why there was no penalty.
That's right.
And
that's right.
That's also
had
why
the
there was
goal
no red
not
card.
have gone in, the penalty would have been
you know what?
awarded. I would have believed.
You know what?
Yeah.
They were looking at it. VAR were looking at it.
Yeah.
It can't have been the red card for what do you call it? Like when when a goal scoring opportunity is prevented.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can't have been for that because it was a goal, right?
Yeah.
But it could have been a red card for foul play, serious foul play.
Serious
obviously,
foul play.
which
And that
they
was
decided not to
serious.
give because it was a brown. For me, it was very serious. I agree. It could have gone either way, but I think they thought it would have been too harsh on Brighton because they were already punished with the goal, and then you know what I mean. But I agree.
I kind of understand that logic, but for me, you know, how many times will that be overlooked? I mean,
agree.
could you imagine if Diaz was laying there now with a broken jaw? Would that have been overlooked?
No.
Maybe not.
No, that's it. You know, sometimes they decide based on if they see blood or
the severity of the injury.
It was
Yeah,
also the
it's
case with
hard.
with the Virgil van Dijk injury last season, right? That also should have been a red card, and then they didn't give. Was it Dean Henderson when he was out on loan? I think it was Dean Henderson who tackled Virgil van Dijk, and then he was off for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Well, it's difficult sometimes because for VAR, they are under pressure as well. They have to decide quickly. When they slow it all down, it looks more serious sometimes than it
But
is.
the thing is,
It's
there's
really
no
hard.
consistency with the
I
decision.
know. It drives me mad as well, Clive. I can't
The
stand
only
it.
consistency with any of the decisions on the current game are the goal line decisions, because there's no denying them.
Yeah, because
You
it's
know, because
the
of the
technology
beam.
is clear cut.
Yeah.
I think the offside also is quite reliable now in the Premier League.
It's not too bad.
It's okay, but there have been
Yeah,
one or
it's-
two questionable decisions, especially for teams like Brentford. And you know, look, I'm a West Ham fan. I do have connections with Brentford through one of my nephews who played for them. But the fact is, I'm a West Ham fan, and Brentford are our rivals. But they have had one or two questionable offside decisions given against them. And you know, Ivan Toney, he's a big lad. He's a long fella. You know, he's got long legs, etc., etc. And they're giving offside decisions when his first lace, like the first lace eyelets, are over the line and stuff like that. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's
No,
ridiculous.
the inconsistencies are problematic, of course. You said it could have been easily a serious incident, which is a nice phrase, a nice structure in English. Could have been. This is basically a way we refer to the past and we kind of speculate about what could. Well, how do I explain this? If you say it could have been, it means
Speculate about the outcome.
There was a possibility something else might happen. I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but that's what it is. Yeah, there are a few modal verbs which we can use to speculate about the past like this. One of them is must. If you are very sure about it, you would say it must have been something. It could have been. It's like there was a possibility. It might have been. Also, there was a possibility. It can't have been. That would be like if you were certain that it didn't happen. Okay. Right. Happy Hammerhead finds it very frustrating. I understand. Now, who is my villain of the week? It's actually Eddie Howe, the Newcastle manager. During an
close to my
interview,
hero.
During an interview, he was asked about what had happened in Saudi Arabia when they executed about 81 people there without a fair trial, and he was asked about it. And he didn't basically acknowledge there were any problems. He just kind of brushed it under the carpet. I don't like when managers do that. Like, at least you should acknowledge there's a problem, like Thomas Tuchel did. You don't have to have a go at them. You just acknowledge there is a problem. And Eddie Howe was like, "It's not my right to talk about this," or something like that. Which is, I don't know exactly what he said. I'm not quoting him precisely, but I don't like this. Just to play it down, just not to. I understand that they are paying you. I understand, but at least acknowledge there is a problem. Yeah, it's called sports washing. Yeah, that's a nice phrase. Sports washing. Sports washing is the practice of an individual, group, or corporation or nation state using sports to improve their tarnished reputation through hosting a sporting event, the purchase or sponsorship of sporting teams, or by participation in the sport itself. So we know there are problems in Saudi Arabia with human rights, and they have bought Newcastle United. We understand why Newcastle fans are happy. We understand because their team, they are a traditional team and they want to see them succeed. And this is obviously problematic. This is all dodgy, but at least acknowledge there are issues, because then these people, they support, for example, what's it called, the lace pride, or what's the name of the rainbow lace, right? Rainbow lace, right?
Yeah, rainbow laces. Yeah.
Yeah, rainbow laces and things like that. And then
It's-
it's highest level of hypocrisy for me. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. That's my.
Can I ask you a question, if
Go
you
on.
don't mind? How do you feel about players taking the knee at the beginning of the game?
I don't have a problem with it. Why is it a problem? Why? It's
haven't
there.
got a
There's
problem with it.
racism. There's racism. It exists. There are some people who play it down, and I don't, because I don't see it as a problem. Why? They're just pointing out you see. Now we could ask about whether football should get involved in these issues. Nrup told us in one of the previous shows we shouldn't go too far. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it, because football, it's part of society. It's part of the culture, and everybody watches football. And you have to.
Yeah.
I think it's necessary.
You know,
to do that.
I this is just going to highlight how I feel about players taking the knee. My favourite image that I have on my phone, which is my favourite image or picture that I've ever seen, is a picture of behind Jesse Lingard in a West Ham kit on his knee with his arm up like this. Okay,
Yeah.
I actually really like it because there's two other West Ham players in the background of the picture. I'm actually going to have it printed out and printed off, and I'm going to have it like on my wall. I like that image so much because of what it represents, because of the message within, and also because at that particular time I was having a ball as a West Ham fan, an absolute ball. I mean, it was champagne every night kind of thing. You know, it was that kind of period for me during that time that Lingard was with us. So it's a very poignant picture for me.
Yeah.
You know, but it represents the, Black Lives Matters movement. I agree with it. I mean, I also agree with people that say all lives matter.
Yeah, me
But
too.
The fact is that, but the fact is that is particularly for that movement, and I have no problem with it either. In fact, I think it's a part of our game now.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. The thing is, you don't really know how these people feel. You cannot know. You would have to be black to understand how they feel.
Or have
You cannot know. You cannot know. You cannot know how people from LGBT community feel unless you are from that community. That's the thing. Or at least you have someone who is your family member, or very close friend. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
The same with Ukraine. I have talked about this before with some people here who were, unless you are someone who have history with Soviet Union, like people from the Czech Republic or Poland or Latvia or Lithuania, these Baltic states, you will not fully understand it. Like, I'm happy the West is united over this. Don't get me wrong, but it's different for Polish or Czech people. It is.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So,
and
that's
the thing is,
racism and everything else like that. It's the same.
I mean, the thing is with the rest of the West that are against what is happening, it's the empathy that we feel with people that are suffering, and the thing is that although we're a nation of many cultures and many beliefs, the one belief that we all share is that oppression is wrong.
Exactly.
And,
for me,
Budgie,
for me, it's about the defense of the values. That's what it is for me. We have to defend our values, whereas freedom of speech, you don't get imprisoned if you demonstrate against the government. You don't get shot if you say something against your president. Those are the kind of values that are worth fighting for and defending. Yeah, and that's what's happening here. And it's too close. It's just too goddamn close, Ukraine. It's just very close. So let's not dwell on this. I didn't let Leontes and Nrup have a say, so I guess it would be fair if you guys have anything to add. Now is your time. Sorry.
Well, honestly, I feel so much for the people of Ukraine. I've been collecting clothes. My colleagues and I are working on doing something for people who come to. I work in a place called Leeuwarden, and then they're going to, help coaches filled with Ukrainian people from the border. We've even thought about driving to the Polish border to collect a few people. We're probably not going to do that. No, but I feel for them. But I don't think that changing your like things on the internet into the pictures, into the logos, that doesn't do anything. I don't think that adding flags to names does anything. You could better. I think that's a Western thing of being a bit
It does
naive.
raise awareness, in fairness.
I agree
Yeah,
with
but then
Clive on
again,
this.
you
Yeah.
can also raise awareness by
Yeah.
helping those people, because
No,
I believe
Agreed.
we in the West are
Agreed.
very spoiled.
But
We are so spoiled about everything.
how do people help if they're not aware of the problem?
Yeah, but then again, if I've seen some people who thought, I've done the flag in my name thing, I've done everything. That's all I can do.
I
Where
think you
think,
guys are both right.
I
Actually.
agree with that. I agree.
Yeah.
With
I
that.
agree with
agree.
Leontes in this case. Yeah, because
I do. Yeah, I do agree with that.
yeah, because not
You know,
only by
the thing
supporting,
is,
yeah,
the problem that we have in the UK is that, as I said, we are very empathetic. Is that the
Yeah,
word?
that's the word. Mhm.
And we are. I mean, every year we have probably 6 regular televised fundraising events for Africa, for Afghanistan, for we have regularly about 6 events. During the COVID period, it has died off a little bit, but
Did you
they'll
clap
be back
for
this
the
year.
NHS, right? You clap for the NHS.
We clap for the NHS because, and don't get me wrong, a lot of people did just stand on their doorsteps and clap, and a lot of people didn't bother. But many, many, many people contributed towards the NHS in many ways. And, like I said, for every flag on somebody's name on their social media, or for every person on the doorstep clapping, or for every person saying, I'm not doing that, that's all awareness.
I agree.
Awareness raises impetus.
I also understand Leontes' point that some people think that this is enough, and it's material help or financial help is obviously way more valuable. Or if you take someone on, if you accommodate someone, but it's of course it's a big ask for a lot of people too. Yeah, but I visited. We have got a few refugees here in my town, small town. I visited them. Gave them an old football to the kids, for example. Yeah, so that felt good because the woman, that she was like so happy and she hugged me, and
they're grateful for anything.
She was very grateful. Yeah,
I think the worst thing, and that's definitely the worst thing I've seen, is this petition. There's this petition going on where people say sign to stop the war, but then I don't think you know how the world works. If you sign a petition to
you're not going to stop the war. You're not going to stop that war, unless something changes at the very, very top.
Yeah,
but at least you put some pressure, let's say, on
where the buck stops.
On the politicians, I guess, by raising that awareness, as Clive says, you're putting at least some pressure, because you see how everybody is united. You see what everybody's thinking, and you're like, God damn it! Well, we don't have a choice. We have to help them. We have to. I don't know how it works, but it's just what's going through my head. Noop,
but
anything?
In fairness, also just to highlight that point, when this European Super League came to light, there was an absolute uproar in the UK, an absolute uproar, and people were literally throwing tools to the floor, saying, if that's what's going to happen, I don't want any part of it, and I mean, we're not just talking about a few hundred people here, we're talking about millions of people were saying, we don't want any part of it. People that support Chelsea, that support Liverpool, that support Manchester United, that support Manchester City. I didn't hear many Tottenham fans saying it, but then they wouldn't. Sorry, just a small dig. But the fact is that there was so much pressure put on this Super League thing that it was wrong approach, the wrong way to do it, this, that, and the other. It was abandoned immediately.
I remember that.
The thing is, that could happen with political pressure on Russia. and let's not, beat about the bush. Russia is the villain here,
Yeah.
And with a lot of political pressure from the countries around him, from the countries that he has to respect, United States, the UK, France, so on and so forth, the United Nations as such. With the pressure, it may force his hand. There's no guarantee. With a man like that, I believe he's completely mad. I really do. Why would you start a war like that in this day and age?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And the things he says, like the threats he makes, let's not go into that, but it's madness. Nrup,
Yeah.
I need to let you talk. I feel like we have been neglecting Nrup here. Nrup.
No, come on, I'm a young guy. I barely know anything about politics. You know what? I haven't even voted yet in my life. So
How old
yeah,
are you?
not yet. 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, still, I mean, because I can only vote in my home country. But still, anyway,
Yeah.
from my point of view, I mean, I understand what Budgie said regarding Super League, but I don't think war. You cannot compare war to Super League. War
No,
is something. I don't think we can decide it. I think it's up to the powerful people. They are really too powerful to decide anything. So it's up to them to decide, and I guess we just have to just watch it and just do the basic things that we can do. For example, helping and donating, and I don't know, spreading
what I
some sort
think?
of awareness.
I think I understand your point, Nrup, but if Putin doesn't have people behind him, that's why he needs this propaganda. That's why he needs the media. If he doesn't have people behind him, he's nothing. Yeah. So even if you have money, if you are the richest oligarch, I kind of agree with Clive on this. But I see your point. I take your point too.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think logically speaking, yeah, but then the thing is in politics, nothing is logical. So you can do anything with power, anything.
And I think
Okay.
I wonder what he would have done if President Trump was still president. I wonder what he would have done if he would have started this war. And I wonder what he would have done if NATO wouldn't have been so reluctant to interfere.
Yeah.
Imagine if NATO said, enter Ukraine, we'll enter you. He wouldn't have done this. He knows he would have lost that war within a week.
Yeah.
NATO would have never get involved though. Like it's
No, but let's say they said, if you enter Ukraine, we will get involved.
I see. But that's not the kind of rhetoric like the West goes for. You see, that's not like it's like intimidation tactics and threats, and that's not.
Yeah.
And you are right, Trump. Oh God, imagine if Trump was in power now.
Most of the Western world would employ retaliatory tactics. Trump would have been sitting in the Kremlin waiting for him to come.
I don't know. Like I don't want to. Like it could go either way.
Listen, Vladimir Putin's mad. Donald Trump is worse. Trust me.
I'm not denying that.
He is a fool. He was a fool with power.
Do you know what, though?
Swear to God.
Clive, do you know what, though? I think there's a difference because I feel like everybody knew that in the States, and if he had had the compulsion to press the red button, they would have killed him or they would have stopped him. I believe it. I'm not so sure.
Assassination would have definitely been on the cards.
But Putin,
definitely.
he's going to threaten everyone. He's going to threaten the families of his people of the people closest to him. You know what I mean? Like it's different.
Yeah.
I feel like yes, you're right. Trump was even madder than Putin is. I agree, but I feel like America is a different kind of country than the USA.
Yeah,
But
I mean, the thing is, when he was in power. Sorry, go on, carry on.
Yeah. So, but Trump did put a lot of emphasis on the U.S. military. He had some war lingo in there as well, and he was quite close to Putin as well. So I mean, and whereas Biden restarted this Russian U.S. animosity. So I wonder I agree. It might have been a good thing if we would have had.
It's not clear to me. I agree in Leontes. It's not clear to me at all. Yeah. Honestly, like I don't know. I'm just saying we were all afraid what he would do too. Yeah. It's so unpredictable. Maybe that would have
Donald
been a good thing.
Donald Trump's preemptive, in my opinion. I don't think there's anything or anyone that can change my mind on that either. I think he's a dangerous man, and I'm glad he's not in power anymore.
I agree, but
when he was in power, and we had our great man in Boris Johnson, it was like having Tweedledee and Tweedledum on the bloody button. It was ridiculous. I mean,
I know.
I don't know how these people are getting into power. I really don't know how they're getting in. You know.
Well,
it's just
this could be the one good thing, you know. Like now, people. I think in the West, people in the West, in countries like the UK. Well, this is my opinion. Yeah. Again, you could disagree with me, but I feel like we started voting in these Western countries for people that are immoral and just liars and spread fake news and stuff like that. But let's hope it changes with this, because we all unite against this enemy. Let's hope this, because I feel like we now are closer with our neighbors. We are now closer with our the other members of the European Union. Now, ironically, this is what it's doing. Putin thinks that it's going to this is going to destroy us. It's doing the exact opposite of what he's thinking. I think we are closer to each other more than ever. Even with the UK after Brexit, I think we are all going to.
I'm saying we're still struggling to deal with Brexit.
I know, but I think we're going to be united over this, Clive, and it's trust me. Like I think this is.
I believe so.
This is a terrible threat to the whole world, and everybody will be impacted. Everybody's salaries.
I think we should get back to football.
Financial situation. I know, like a lot of people have probably left already, but I couldn't avoid it. So, nope. Anything to say? Should we get back to football? Let's start with Arsenal. So Arsenal won. Arsenal beat Leicester 2-0.
Yeah.
Happy with the result?
Really, finally, really happy. It was really nice. I was actually skeptical about Leicester because for the past 2 games they have been really in a good form, but the thing was that they didn't have Vardy, so I was also feeling a bit chilled out. But yeah, because Vardy, I think he has scored like 11 goals against us, which is the second highest after Harry Kane. And
he's coming back from an injury. Like, was he on the bench, or I think he's on the bench already?
I don't think he was on the bench.
So he got injured again, because he was on the bench in the previous match. He even scored 1 goal already, I think, after coming back from his injury.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah. So I was really happy, and the counter attack, the goals that we scored, I think we just showed that we don't really need to depend on our striker or the main goal scorers. We still have our backup plans.
Seem to be a comfortable.
I'm really happy with Cedric as well, because without Tomiyasu, we have been having lots of defensive issues.
Yeah. And Rup, I want to ask you about one thing. Before this show today, you sent me an interesting statistic.
Yeah.
Which showed that we haven't conceded a goal from the corner kick. Is that true?
This season, yeah.
But that's amazing.
That's unbelievable, because last season I think we were one of the worst, like bottom 20 or something. We were like 20th in terms of.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Arteta is doing a brilliant job at Arsenal, honestly.
Well, trust the process, mate.
Trust. I do now. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I do.
Yeah,
it's been incredible. Yeah, you were right. You were right, by the way, Noop. You were right. Yeah. I was the one who was more skeptical from the two of us at the beginning of the season. Yeah, and you were right.
Really glad.
Give him more time. So well done.
That save was so good. Did you watch the save?
Ramsdale.
That Aaron Ramsdale made. Oh my God, I think that saved us the game. Yeah. I remember Brendan Rodgers.
There were a few incredible saves this weekend throughout the board.
Yeah. Budgie,
there were a few incredible.
Budgie, can you imagine Aaron Ramsdale being the England's number 1?
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. He's better than Jordan Henderson, in my opinion. He's a goalkeeper that I was hoping we would picking up, to be fair, at the in the window in the summer. I thought we might get him. But you picked him up. Fair play. Arsenal done very, very well. Probably the best signing of the window, in my opinion.
Yeah,
He's been
I agree.
quality for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely quality. And your fortunes have turned around a hell of a lot because of him as well. You know,
Yep.
he's kept you in a fair few games. You know,
Exactly.
and you know, I have to be completely honest. I think that Arteta's done a wonderful job at Arsenal. When can we sack him?
Sacked.
And
He's
sack him. Right
done
now
a
he's
great job. He's done a
Right
great
now-
job at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Not one of my favourite people in the world, but brilliant manager by the look of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, he seems
very
to, the
well.
player seems to be behind him all the way.
Yeah.
Leontes, your team, Manchester United, fantastic win, 3-2 against Spurs. I mean, Spurs have beaten Manchester City, so
Yeah.
you don't know with them. Like they are capable of anything.
Yeah. My eyes are on tomorrow. I really don't know what's going to happen. I really hope we win. I hope that winning against Spurs boosted our energy. I've read that someone found a statistic that all the matches that Maguire and Varane started together, we won. So I don't know. I don't know what Varane is doing. I had high hopes when he came, but he isn't. He has been a bit disappointing, in my opinion. But I hope Ranić, does his magic and has a good 4-3-3 system. I want to see Sancho in there. I want to see maybe even Lingard. I think Lingard can be.
I'm
he
sure
can't use
Budgie.
him.
I'm sure Budgie would prefer Lingard.
Yeah, no,
at West
you're
Ham.
not allowed to use him because he's coming to London
Okay.
Stadium.
Cavani. I want to see Cavani. I think Cavani can be vital tomorrow as well. Donny van de Beek. Oh wait, no, not Donny.
Oh
van de
wait,
Beek.
he's at Everton, isn't he?
He's at Everton. Yeah. He's doing well at Everton, isn't he? Donny van de Beek. I think.
Well,
Yeah,
when was it last
he's
time they
helping
won a
them
game?
towards relegation. He's doing very well.
When was it last time Everton won a game?
I'm not sure, but I know
5
that
weeks ago, probably.
1954 they entered the top flight and they haven't been out of it since.
But I think
I actually was under the impression that Everton had never been relegated from the top flight, but I learned yesterday that in 1951 they were relegated and they came back in 1953-54 season,
right,
and haven't been out of the top flight since.
Okay.
So if they do get relegated this season, it'll be the first time in 70 odd years.
Wow.
Which is a record. A record.
Okay. By the way, the Crystal Palace Manchester City game has just started. It's 0-0. It has just started. Okay. Right. So Manchester United, happy days, nice win. Ronaldo back.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. I really hope we win tomorrow. Let's win. Within 15-20 minutes, let's finish the game. Not gonna happen, but still,
that's always dangerous.
Yeah, that is dangerous. But then again, 3-0 up at halftime. Don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tottenham thought that last season.
Is everybody there? Let's see who's.
And then Lanzini. Finished
also, don't forget about Arsenal versus Liverpool tomorrow.
Yeah. And also, that's.
That is the reason I can't watch the. Is that tomorrow? Are you sure? Is that tomorrow?
No. West Ham are playing Thursday. West Ham play Thursday. Yeah. Yes, we've got Sevilla.
No. Hang on. Not West Ham. Arsenal versus Liverpool. Is that on
Arsenal
Wednesday?
versus Liverpool is tomorrow.
No, it's on Wednesday.
Shit. I really thought tomorrow is Wednesday.
It is on Wednesday.
God damn it.
I
totally forgot.
He's not been sleeping enough, Janet.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So, Budgie, I want to ask you about the West Ham game, which I also watched. Obviously, we have already discussed the Yarmolenko goal, and you won 2-1 against Aston Villa. A nice win at the London Stadium. However, I think it was marred. It was marred by a couple of injuries, wasn't it?
Indeed. First of all, I'll address the injury to Creswell. I'm not sure of the severity of the injury or the nature of it at this moment in time. I haven't really done a lot of investigating into the Aaron Creswell injury, although it concerns me just as much as the injury to Mikel Antonio. I just haven't had the time because I've been so busy today. I haven't had the time to investigate the Creswell injury, so I can't really comment on that too much, other than it's devastating to the club.
Yeah.
You know, he is by far and away our best left fullback.
Yeah.
Although Ben Johnson stepped in when he was taken off, and it was incredibly good. He had a really good game, I felt.
And how
he was
important
out
is
on
he because of this ability to be so flexible, to be able to Ben Johnson, he can
Ben
play the
Johnson,
right back as well as the
right,
left back.
right at this moment in time, if I was the board at West Ham, I'd be putting £80 million on his name.
Mm-hmm.
And he's 21 years old.
Yeah.
And I would be putting £80 million on him right this minute because of his ability to be flexible.
We've seen worse £80 million spendings. So
Exactly. I mean, look at Lukaku, 90 million, ain't done a thing really as he this season.
Yeah.
But you know, getting back to the injuries.
But so hang on one
is,
second, Clive. Yeah,
yeah.
you said I'm not sure of the severity of the injuries. Severity, it means the seriousness, how serious the injuries are. Very nice word, severity. Yeah, how severe they are. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So as I said, I can't really comment on Creswell's injury, other than the impact it could have if it's a bad injury or a long-term injury. Whereas Antonio, he went down, and everybody fears for Mikel Antonio's hamstrings.
Yep.
I can tell you right here, right now, that people lip readers have been watching every single game for the last millennia. Okay. And in a report that I read today, 3 different lip readers have been quoted as saying that Mikel Antonio told the players that were around him, which included Ashley Young, it's not my hamstring.
Hello. I think what Baji said is that that it doesn't seem to be his hamstring.
He's holding his knee.
And obviously, he has had problems with his hamstring for a long time. And they are wrapping him in cotton wool at West Ham, but not enough, because he's the only striker. And so he has to play every single match. He is also a Jamaican international. So he travels to every single Jamaican international game. What are you going to do now, Baji?
I think that answer comes from yesterday's game, if I'm honest with you. And from, without Mikel Antonio, we're limited. You know, we have under 23 strikers that we could implement into the game, but they're not ready for the Premiership. And David Moyes doesn't believe that they're ready for the Premiership. Regularly, on a weekly basis, I'm calling for Occo Flex to be given an opportunity. Armstrong Occo Flex, his name is. He's one of our under 23 players.
Yeah,
he shows a lot of promise. And also so does Sonny Perkins, who's just 17 years old. But both of them are inexperienced in Premier League and would probably very much out of their depth in the Premier League. But we do have a couple of options open to us. Now, Andre Yarmolenko yesterday came on, and as we said, it was a very emotional moment. Let's get past that for a moment. The way he took the ball, I mean, that ball came into him from Saïd Benrahma, and it had a lot of pace on it. That was a shot almost, pace it had on it. But it came in very, very quickly. He controlled the ball with his right foot, and immediately his right foot touched the floor, his left foot was banging the ball in.
Yeah, but
Really, really difficult outside of his left foot. Really difficult technique, and I've never seen anything the likes of that in my life watching football. Never, never seen anything like it.
Okay, but
So
just to oppose to you a little bit, Clive. He can't play 90 minutes. He doesn't have the fitness levels.
physicality. Yeah.
No, the character as well. He won't run. Like Moyes needs players to run and to press high, and he won't do any of that. He can't replace Antonio, in my opinion.
No, he can't. He can't replace Antonio. There isn't a player in our squad that can, including our under-23s, because of what Mikel Antonio can give you. But having said that, by changing our formation slightly and our tactics slightly, we could accommodate a very lazy number 9.
Yeah, well, you could try. Yeah, you could definitely try. He has the skill. He has the technical skills, at least. Yeah.
Hey, if we was to put, let's just say for argument's sake, we would put Syed Benrahma in a 4-4-2 position and put him next to Yarmolenko. Do you think Yamalenko wouldn't score?
I don't know.
If we put Jared Bowen next to him when he comes back from injury, he would be given the opportunity. It would be on the plate for him.
Yeah. Well,
we have, Manuel Lanzini definitely would get Yarmolenko 5-6 goals before the end of the season. I think
agree.
Benrahma would get him 4-6 goals.
Yeah.
Bowen would definitely get him 4-6 goals. I mean, in that position as a number 9, if he was to be played as an outright number 9 in the old sense of the word, like where I'm talking about dating back into the 70s and the 60s, when the old number 9, all he ever did was, a 10-yard square in the pitch outside of the box, and then whatever he can get inside the box. That would be Yarmolenko's crowning glory, in my opinion.
Good luck making this. Obviously, it's going to be hard. You're going to play a home match against Sevilla. I hope you guys win.
I think we'll use Nikola Vlasic for that game.
Yeah, I just want to say that because David Moyes hasn't rotated that much, I just want to express a concern that a lot of players might not be match fit. That's just the problem I have with this. But you don't have a choice. You have to play someone. Too many injured players now. Too many. Bowen, Cresswell, Antonio, Vladimir Zofal, even Agbuena is still injured, right? So,
gosh, Agbuena's out for the rest of the season. That is very true. They may not be match fit, but if you know anything about West Ham or the training regime and so on and so forth, there isn't a lot of difference between match fit and training fit at West Ham. I can't speak for any other team, but at West Ham, training fit and match fit, there's not much difference between them.
All right. Thank you very much for this, Budgie. I want to ask, because we haven't heard Nurup and Leontes much now. So do you guys think there is something we should still address, that something we haven't spoken about, anything interesting, anything worth talking about that happened during this weekend?
Well, the only thing I found just now was I was reading Manchester Evening News, which is an excellent source for news from Manchester. I found the headlines were only ever going to fall the way of one man for Manchester United's opening goal, but Fred was undoubtedly the unsung hero of what was a brilliant strike, which I think is a nice construction. Unsung hero.
Yeah.
And thus, I was already, and he was my unsung hero of the week as well.
So unsung hero, someone who is underappreciated or underrated, but does a lot for the team and is very important for the team.
And for West Ham, that's Declan Rice every week.
Yep, absolutely. Nope. Anything to add? Anything we should talk about?
Nothing really. I think we really talked a lot about a really wide spectrum of things.
As always.
I think as always.
Well, Chelsea won 1-0.
They
They,
did.
they will be happy with that win against Newcastle.
I won't be happy with that. I really wanted a draw, a
Well,
Newcastle win.
Well, the football fans, the Chelsea football fans, have different things to worry about right
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
They don't know what's going to happen with their club, because of the sanctions. That
And I've learned also today that any future games where tickets haven't actually been sold as yet will be half-empty stadiums because it'll only be the season ticket holders in the ground. I don't
basically,
even know if the away supporters will be granted any tickets.
I think people don't know what's going to happen yet. Like the government is involved in this a lot. They still negotiating it all, and as of now, they have frozen Roman Abramovich's assets. Yeah, so they can't use the money basically to do anything, which is
Yeah.
problematic to say the least. If they sell the club, they might be allowed to sell the club, but who's going to buy it? Chelsea fans are in
Where's the
a
money going to
position.
go?
Yeah, where's the money going to go? They might think their club is not going to be as successful as in the last how many years? 20 years or how many?
Yeah,
So
around that. I think 18 years. I think 16.
yeah,
or
so
18.
I understand that Chelsea fans are a bit worried. Okay, Manchester City. What's the
Still 0-0.
Still 0-0, Manchester City. Yeah. Okay. So Liverpool obviously are hoping for Manchester City to slip up because they have won their game. Liverpool.
I'm going to have to go shortly.
We are about to finish.
I have an appointment in 12 minutes.
We are. Yeah. That's why I asked guys if there was anything we haven't covered, and then that's where I wanted to leave it. So thank you everyone for appearing today, and thank you for your wonderful contributions and all the insight into your club and everything else you really said here today. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, anytime.
Nice to see you guys.
You guys are the regulars. And also, I would like to thank to our viewers for watching. And don't forget to help us, give us a thumbs up and like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye.
Cheers, mate.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.